All right, so you want a six pack in 6 weeks. I can show you how to do that, assuming you're not 400 pounds, but if you're like the average skinny fat guy and you want to get a six pack, we can do it in 6 weeks, and I'm gonna show you right now. All right, so you want a six pack in 6 weeks. The first thing that you need to be focusing on is your sleep. You need to be getting 8 hours. 8 hours sleep, no excuses. Olympic athletes sleep like 10 hours a night because sleep is extremely important. A lot of people message me and they say, hey Andrew, I haven't lost weight. I've been, I need to get rid of that last bit of fat. I've been training really hard. I've been dieting really hard and I can't seem to lose the weight. I ask them, all right, well, how many hours do you sleep? And they tell me, oh, I've been sleeping like 4 hours a night. And then they wonder why they're not getting results. Your hormones matter just as much as the way you eat or the way that you train. Your hormones matter. See, this is what happens when you sleep very little. Your cortisol levels go up, making it harder for you to get in shape, and your testosterone levels go down, making it harder for you to get in shape. And then you wonder why you're not seeing results. You're not sleeping enough. Now, some of you might be thinking, oh, I'm in college, oh, I have to work. Just manage your time better. I guarantee you you're wasting time on Instagram. Come on, man, just get your shit together. Anyway, a few tips to be able to sleep better is avoid caffeine. So avoid, let's just put drugs, because the next tip is also avoid sleeping pills. You see, sleeping pills, maybe they'll help you in the short term, but in the long term, you're gonna have to depend on those pills. And I don't want you to be on pills for the rest of your life just so you can get some sleep. Next, it's training. A lot of people, when they wanna lose that last bit of fat, they do a lot of cardio. No. Lift weights. Now, I know that my handwriting is like a 5th grader on crack, but you can kind of see it says lift weights. All right, so what exercises do you do when you lift weights? The bench press, the squat, the deadlift, the overhead press, the pull-up, the bent over row, the bicep curl, the tricep press down. Those are the most basic exercises that you need. If you do the majority of these exercises, you're gonna get in shape. A lot of people, they focus on cardio and running a lot. And what happens is they lose weight, but then they also look skinny. So they still look like a smaller, skinny fat version of themselves. If you want a nice physique, right, where your upper chest, right, you can see the muscles, you want to be building muscle too. All right. And also, when you build more muscle, when your body has more muscle, your metabolism is faster and it's easier for you to get in shape. So lift weights. Now, if you are going to do cardio, what type of cardio? You've probably heard this before. HIIT. It means high intensity interval training. So this is basically when you work out, you do something really, really intense for 30 seconds and then you rest 30 seconds. Something really, really intense for 30 seconds and then you rest 30 seconds. What this is gonna do is you're actually not gonna be burning fat while you do it. You're gonna be using glucose as energy, but the benefit is after your workout, your metabolism is gonna be faster. You're gonna be losing weight much, much faster. So do HIIT cardio. All right, so how often do you have to lift weights? I would do it between 3 to 6 times a week. Anything below 3, you're not really staying consistent in order to improve your body, And anything above 6, right? So if you're working out 7 days a week, it's gonna be harder for your body to recover, and then you're not gonna see results as quickly. You want those quick results, all right? Next thing, I'm gonna move my camera slightly. 6. Ab workouts. Those you can do every other day. So abs, every other day. Now, if you want some ab workouts, you can look at the rest of this channel. I have a ton of ab videos on how to get a six-pack, right? This is a video on how to get a six-pack, but if you want ab workouts, I'll link to them in the description and you can follow along with those. Now, eating, the final part. You could be sleeping well and training hard, but if you're eating like crap, you can't out-train a bad diet. You're still gonna be fat. You're still not gonna have a six-pack, right? So what do you do to eat? The first thing you need to focus on is a caloric deficit, meaning you're burning more calories than you eat. So burn more calories than you eat. Now, what are some methods that you can use in order to burn more calories than you eat? Because I see a lot of other YouTubers, right? They want to sell you their program, so they tell you, hey, burn more calories than you eat. You want to learn how to burn more calories than you eat? Well, buy my program. I'm not like that. I'm gonna tell you exactly what you need to do. So number one, and these are all different methods to burn more calories than you eat. You could eat freaking Twinkies, and while that's not gonna be good for you, if you burn more calories than you eat, you're still gonna lose the weight. You're still gonna get a six-pack. But the easiest way to do it is something called intermittent fasting. Basically, you go through a period of the day without eating. Oh my God, Andrew, that's so bad. Well, if you look at the last thousands of years, the majority of the way that most people ate is that they woke up, didn't have any food because there's no refrigerators. They went out, they hunted, they found an animal, they worked out, they killed it, right? Killing it was the workout, and then they ate. All right, so it's a pretty natural thing to do, and there's a bunch of health benefits to fasting as well. They did a study on men that did fasting, and their human growth hormone went up by 2,000%. So fasting is good for you, and I would fast anywhere between, let's say, 16 to 24 hours. Now, Andrew, 24 hours, a day without eating, it doesn't mean you're going a full day without eating. For example, if I eat at 7 p.m. today and I have a big meal, I can eat again tomorrow at 7 p.m. and have a big meal. So I just went 24 hours without eating, but I'm still eating every single day. Does that sound fair enough? All right, so that doesn't mean you have to do 24 hours. You can also do 16-hour fast. That means that you start eating at 12 p.m. and you stop eating at 8 p.m. So you start eating at lunchtime and then you stop at 8 p.m. It's not very hard. That's gonna shorten the time that you have to eat. And when you have less time to eat, it's easier to burn more calories than you're eating. It also has a bunch of health benefits, right? The next thing is keto. The ketogenic diet's got a bunch of other benefits besides weight loss, like improving mental clarity. Basically, your body, it doesn't have any glucose to use as energy, and so it uses something called ketones. And now, ketones, your body prefers to use ketones as energy. What's the diet? It's between 70 to 80% fat, about 20-something% protein, and then the rest maybe less than 5% carbohydrates. Now, that's very different from the traditional diet, but I would just ask you to try it for a month and see how you feel. You know, the first like 2 weeks, your body's gonna get accustomed to it. So it'll be like, oh my God, I need carbs, I'm tired. But eventually it'll learn how to use your ketones and you'll have much more energy and you'll burn fat very quickly because your body's gonna start using fat as energy instead of carbohydrates. The same thing with the fasting. In the beginning, like maybe the first 2 weeks, you're gonna be really hungry at the beginning, right? Because you're used to eating breakfast. But your body's got this hormone called, I just dropped my pen. Your body's got this hormone called ghrelin. Now, ghrelin makes you hungry around the time that you usually eat. So if you're used to eating at 9 a.m. every day, you're probably gonna get hungry at 9 a.m. for a little bit, but in about like 2 weeks, maybe less, your body will stop making you hungry at that time, and you're actually gonna have more energy when you're not eating, right? I tend to have more energy when I haven't had anything to eat yet. Next is flexible dieting. So if it fits your macros. If it fits your macros, basically means that you can eat whatever you want as long as it meets your daily caloric needs. Now, this is really good for losing weight or transforming your body. It's not very good for your health if you don't track your micronutrients as well, right? So you can look into if it fits your macros. I don't really do it because you have to weigh everything out and it's not very convenient. What I usually do is I just do fasting. And then usually on days that I don't work out, I'll eat lower carb and I'll do some keto style things where I eat more fat. And then days that I work out, I'll usually not do keto as much. I'll go a little bit higher in carbs because my goal is also to build muscle. And yeah, I hope that helps. The rest of this video is a vlog. You get to see what it's like to be in my life. And sometimes I include workouts. Sometimes I include a full day of everything that I eat. Sometimes I have motivational speeches. It usually is whatever I'm feeling that day. So yeah, onto the vlog. Hey guys, so there's no vlog at the end of this video like there usually is, but what I do have for you is some important life lessons that I've learned through my pain. And they say that pain and failure is the best teacher there ever is. And that's the best teacher you're gonna have. No mentor, you know, I have mentors that make millions of dollars. No mentor, no book is gonna teach you better than pain and failure. It doesn't even have to be your own pain and failure. It can be other people's, right? So here's mine, and I'm gonna help you guys out. So basically, if you saw in the last video, I was in charge of getting thousands of people's packages out to get their clothes in time for Christmas. And guess what? I did it. Thousands of people had a better Christmas because of me. They all received their Christmas clothes, except about 700 to 800 people. Now, those 700 to 800 people are angry and they want their money back. So here's the thing. I still have to make the clothes for them. I still have to send them the clothes, which is gonna cost me about $25,000 or so. And that's a lot of money that is gonna deplete my bank account.
Now, if these people do get their money back, let's say they call their bank and it takes the money out of my account, it's probably going to be another $25,000 or so, which is going to leave me without money. And it's completely my fault, you know? But what I can do is that I can learn from this, you know, maybe next Christmas season, if I start selling the Christmas clothes again in October, I'll make lots and lots and lots of the product. And so then when Christmas comes along, the shipping, it happens in like 3 days, right? They get it quickly instead of having this huge delay. So in business and in life, everything is your fault. There's so many people that blame other people for their problems. Oh, well, this isn't happening because of Richard. It's all Richard's fault, right? But the thing is that that's going to make you sad. What's going to make you happy is taking responsibility. When you know it's your fault, then it's controllable. Then you can do something about it, right? Because I know it's my fault, the packages thing, yes, I hired somebody to make the packages and they were about 1 month late and it caused a lot of people to not get their packages in time. I hired that person. It's my fault. I hired this new person and sometimes they were not focused on making the products. It's my fault for not managing them properly. It's my fault. And in business and in life, everything is your fault. You have to take responsibility for what's happening. If your son is being a bully in school, that's your fault. You raise him. You take responsibility for what's happening in your life, you're going to be much happier because that means you can make a change about it. You see, if you feel like you're being held back by Richard, oh, it's Richard's fault. There's nothing you can do. You can't control Richard. But when you know that it's your fault, you can do something about it. All right, so I have this financial situation going on right now with, you know, all those refunds and then all those packages that still need to be made, which could make me run out of money, which sucks because I'm trying to start this company called Enliftus. Now, Enliftus, I want it to be, if you think of Nike, right, Adidas, Under Armour, right, those sports, Gymshark, those sport type of clothes, and if you think of Gucci, Prada, Fendi, Ferragamo, all those high-end brands, I want to make something in the middle because nobody's doing that. You know, there's nothing luxurious about buying a Nike t-shirt, right? So I want to get the best quality in the market, the best clothes that can possibly be made, you know, clothes that's made out of actual silver, which is good because it's antibacterial, just the best quality clothes and sell that. Clothes that are designed to make you look bigger. If you see, I have other videos on the types of clothes that you can wear to make your muscles look bigger. It'll be clothes specifically designed to make your muscles look bigger. And if you're a girl, it'll be to make your butt look bigger, right? So I have this dream of making this company that's worldwide, right? That is just as known as Nike, is just as known as Gymshark. And I encountered my first obstacle. I don't want cheap clothes from China. I want some really high quality stuff. And it's been a huge obstacle for me, right? But there's so many people that run into obstacles, right? If you give up right before we even start, what does that really say about you? You know, so many people, they make these dreams. Oh, I want to go to the gym and get in shape. And they never even start. They never even take that first step. They encounter the first obstacle. Oh, it's raining outside, and they give up. What type of person does that? Someone that doesn't really value their dreams. How would the world be different if Steve Jobs, after his first encounter with an obstacle, gave up? We wouldn't have the iPhone. I wouldn't be able to film this video, right? And so I encountered my first obstacle in making some really high quality clothes, right? I want such high quality clothes with such good material that it's never been made before, and it's hard. And when you're on that journey, right, let's say you're climbing Mount Everest. People die on Mount Everest. They literally die. And as you're climbing the mountain, you're going to see other people that died right there, the frozen body in Mount Everest or on Mount Everest, right? And what do? You keep going, right? Because you got a little bit further than that person. Now, I'm sure I'm not the first person ever to try to start a clothing brand. And I guarantee you there are people that gave up. And I guarantee you there's people that gave up trying to find the material, trying to even get it made. But I don't want to give up there. I just physically, I can't give up. So I'm going to keep trying. And I hope that whatever you want to do, if you run into an obstacle, you don't give up. Because you could really make a difference. You could really change something, right? Imagine how different the world would be if you accomplished your dream. You know, so you just can't. You can't give up. So me trying to struggle to find this material, I'll find it and I'll get that clothes made, right? Because I want the world to be different. I want the whole world to know about this clothing brand and we're like the most high-end stuff, you know? Clothes that really show your body and make it look the best it can look. And when you're going Mount Everest and you see these dead bodies and you keep going, that means that you got a little bit further than that person. And once I find that material, I made it further than all those people that gave up before me, and I can keep going. And when the next issue that comes, I can keep going, and I got a little bit further than everybody else that gave up at that point. And when I get to the point where my clothing brand is one of the biggest clothing brands in the world, then I know I really got there, and I know that I really gave it everything that I had, and that I've gone through so many obstacles that any normal person would have given up. Any normal person would have given up with those obstacles, but I didn't, and that's what makes me better than the competition. When the competition thinks, oh, that's too expensive, right? I won't make any profit off of that immediately. When the competition thinks, oh, that takes too much time. You want to spend the next 10 years of your life building? That's too much time. Most people give up. And that's what you want. When you're starting a company, when you're trying to accomplish a goal, you want to do something that's so difficult that other people wouldn't be able to catch you. That other people, it'd be too difficult, right? Let's say I wanted to compete with Amazon right now. Amazon has been going on for 25 years. 25 years Amazon is going on, right? They have their own boats, they have their own planes, they make shipping much, much faster, right? No other company has that level of infrastructure, right? So if you want to compete with Amazon, you have to go against 25 years of experience, you have to go against billions of dollars of money, right? And you don't want to go against that. So that's my goal, is to build a company that's so high up, that's gone through so much pain, that's gone through so many obstacles, that the average person that wants to build that would give up. You know, and another thing you can do is look at people that already made it. You know, the guy that made Gymshark, he started when he was 19, you know, his name's Ben Francis. If he could make Gymshark, right, why can't I make Enliftus? Why can't I? Why not? What's so special about Ben Francis that he can do it and I can't? What's the difference? I'm a human being just like him. And if I go after this with everything I have, I'm waking up at 5 a.m. every single day. Maybe he isn't, who knows? But I'm waking up at 5 a.m. every single day, and I'm working until I go to sleep at 10 p.m. every single day. I only stop to eat, and I only stop to work out. That's it, right? And so I feel like within that will compound within the next like 10 years or so, and eventually I will be able to do something like Gymshark did. You know, I'll be able to do something like Alpha Elite did, and I'll be able to build a company of my own that nobody can catch. The highest quality clothing ever for working out. I feel like I can do it, and I can't give up. And I hope that in whatever dream that you have, you don't give up on it either. Every obstacle, you're just getting further than everybody else that gave up at that same point. I know it's a long rant, but I hope that video helps. Let me know what you think in the comments.